welcome to biology class. Today I am going to take chapter 5, Principles of Inheritance and Variation. So let us start. As we know, who is the father of genetics? Gregor John Mendel. He has selected 7 distinct traits from 34 varieties of garden pea, and the scientific name is Pisum sativum. We know that Mendel gave 3 laws. The first law is called law of dominance. This is monohybrid cross. In this monohybrid cross, he has taken tall and dwarf character. So this is parental generation. When they were fertilized, what we got? F1. In this F1, all were tall but heterozygous tall. What is second law? Second law is law of segregation. In this parental generation, he has taken were heterozygous tall. This is the male and this is the female. When gametes were separated and fertilized, the F1 generation was, this is pure tall, this is dwarf pure, and these are heterozygous. If we see phenotypic generation in this, it is 3:1. 3 are tall, 1 is dwarf. And genotypic ratio is 1 pure tall, 2 heterozygous tall, and 1 dwarf. The third law of Mendel's is law of independent assortment. Here he has taken 2 characters, so it is called dihybrid cross. What were the parents he has taken? They were round yellow, symbolized with capital R, capital Y because they are dominant. And other parents were wrinkle green, and they symbolized with the small r and small y. When they were fertilized, the F1 generation which he got were all round yellow, that is capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. When they were self-fertilized, we got F2 generation. In F2, phenotypic ratio was 9:3:3:1, while genotypic ratio was very complicated. It was something 1:2:2:4, 1:2:1:2:1. Now these 3 laws do not apply universally. There are some exceptions. These exceptions we are going to study. So the first exception was incomplete dominance. This was tested on snapdragon, that is a flower. In this we are going to take parental generation, red flower, symbolized with capital R, with the white flower, with this symbolized with the small r. When they were fertilized, what we got? Capital R, small r. Now according to Mendel, this should be red color, but to the surprise it was pink color flower. Then scientists were worried that where are the parental characters gone? So they fertilized again, that is self-fertilization was done in F1 generation. So this is here small r and capital R, small r and capital R, that is pink flower with the pink flower. The result was that one parental character, red, also was present, as well as white was also present. Only 2 pink flowers were there. They were totally different from Mendel. So what is the conclusion over here? The conclusion is that if red color dominant is present, it will show its half of the character, and white, that is small r, will also show its character. So both the characters are visible, and that's why the new character pink has been seen. So we can say genes are not dominant or recessive. Both alleles express to some extent. It explains that both red allele, white alleles express themselves when present together. So the new ratio is 1:2:1 instead of 3:1 of Mendel. So this is known as incomplete dominance. Next exception was codominance. Scientists have studied this in human blood group ABO system. Students, on the structure of RBC, that is on the plasma membrane, it has one sugar polymer which projects outside the RBC, and this is called antigen. Gene I controls type of this sugar polymer formed on RBC. So gene I has three alleles, IA, IB and IO. Among this, IA and IB are dominant over IO. Now we will see three conditions. When allele IO is present, it shows it does not produce any surface antigen, so antigen is absent here. If allele IA is present, it produces antigen A. If allele IB is present, it produces antigen B. On the base of this, we will make a table and see the blood group. If blood group is O, genotype is IO because they don't have antigens here. Same way blood group A, these are the genotypes and it is having antigen A. B will be having this genotype with the antigen B on the RBC. But in the case of AB blood group, they are having genotype IA and IB both. This shows that antigen A is also present and B is also present. That means when both the antigens are present, then only the blood group can be AB. This is called codominant. Why? Because here if you see in blood group B, A antigen is absent. In blood group A, B antigen is absent. That's why they are individual blood groups. So this AB shows codominant. We can say codominance means both the alleles of a gene are equally dominant like this. If they are present together, both express themselves equally in phenotypes. Students, as three alleles govern the same character or controls the same character, that is sugar polymer on RBC, this is an example of multiple alleles also. So remember, ABO system is example of multiple allele as well as codominance also. The next topic is polygenic inheritance. It is also called quantitative inheritance. This will be explained by the skin color of man or human being. We know that the color depends on the presence of the melanin pigment which is present on the skin. These three pairs of genes are present, that is gene A, gene B, gene C. These three genes individually release fixed amount of melanin pigment. Therefore, presence of all the dominant gene is additive. They are adding the melanin pigment more and more. So let us see three conditions on this base. A person having all six dominant, this is the dominant all. What will be the color? The skin color is darkest. It will be like Negroes. If a person is having only three dominant, that is capital A, small a, capital B, small b, capital C, small c, then the color is intermediate. Then let us see the third condition. If a person is having all the six recessive, that is small a, small b's and small c's, then there is no melanin pigment at all. So the condition will be albino. It will be white person with no melanin pigment at all. Let us see this with example. This is parent. We have taken Negro, that is a dark color man, and albino, the pure white, the female. So symbolize with all capitals, symbolize with all the small alphabets. what we'll get in F1? Definitely intermediate. This intermediate color is called mulatto. Now when this F1 is done self-fertilization, so the result which we get is F2. In this we will get 1:6:15:20:15:6 What are these colors? They are nothing but pure black. Then there are 6 are very dark brown only. Then mulattoes 20 will be. Then we go towards the fairer one. 15 will be fair. That will be very fair, and then pure white. If we put this in a histogram, we will get this type of a graph. So these are the Negroes. Black color are less, then little darker brown, then browner, and this intermediate color mulatto are maximum on the earth if you see. And again white are less and lesser. So this is known as polygenic inheritance. Even the height of human being can be shown by this particular law only. Let us move to what is pleiotropy. Pleiotropy is nothing but here single pair of genes influence more than one character at the same time. The best example is phenylketonuria. In short, we say PKU also. This is an inborn disorder. Here, this disorder is present on 12th chromosome, that is autosome chromosome, on which one mutant gene is present, which is affecting here. So what happens here? Actually, phenylalanine, which is present in our body, is converted by PAH, that is phenylalanine hydroxylase enzyme, to tyrosine, and this tyrosine will give melanin pigment. But tyrosine is not formed. Why? Because this particular gene is defected, so gene will not release this enzyme, so phenylalanine will not be converted into tyrosine. This phenylalanine will increase in the blood now in a human being, maybe increase in the sweat, maybe increase in cerebrospinal fluid, and phenylketonuria is also formed in the urine as a byproduct. What will be caused if it is increased in the body? It will cause a severe brain damage. Mental retardation will be seen in a person, as well as this is a skin disease. Eczema of the skin is also seen because tyrosine converts into melanin. Now, PKU people have usually homozygous recessive genes. Remember, parents are heterozygous in this condition. The second example of pleiotropy we have to study is about the starch grain in the pea seed, that is Pisum sativum. Now one gene controls two characters in this. One is starch grain synthesis and other shape of the seed. Now here big, that is dominant B gene, controls two characters, size of the starch grain as well as shape of the seed. So on this base we will see three conditions. If capital B genes are present, then what they will produce? Large starch grains, that is more starch will be present in the seed and the seed will be round. If capital B and small b are present, then intermediate starch grains will be there, less it will be there, the starch, and the size or the shape of the seed also will be normal. But when both the genes are recessive, then it will have small starch grains, so starch will be less in these seeds and the seed also will be wrinkled seeds. So here we complete chapter 5. Please make the notes and ask the doubts.